guys will be assigned to the topics here on the breakout. It's all cleaned up with Mike, he knows. And we got a lot of like last pieces.
Good morning, everybody. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes. For those of you that are new to the incident, electronic copies of the IEP and MAP products are available utilizing the QR code. That QR code is posted around the briefing area. You can also find that on the cover of the IEP. Again, if you're a branch director or a division suit, please find your way to the front row. We have a spot reserved for you. All of those of you in the back, if you wouldn't mind moving forward where you can see there is a map posted in the back of the briefing area as well as television monitors. There are plenty of seats available. Please move forward, find a place where you can observe the briefing. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Petro. I'm the Plant Section Chief for CAL FIRE IMT1. This is the operational briefing for the CARR incident Friday, August the 10th through Saturday, August 11th. If you've not already done so, please make sure your phones are muted and your radios are turned down. I ask those in the back to engage, move forward where you can see. If you have a side conversation, please take it away from the briefing area as not to distract those who are engaged in participating in the briefing. Before we get started, I think some of you already know that early morning yesterday, a mechanic assigned to this incident died in a traffic accident. His name is Andy Brake from the Butte unit. I'd like to have you remove your hats. We'll take a moment of silence for Andrew and his family. Thank you. We'll get started with the current update on conditions.
Good morning, Felix for being in night operations incident management team 1. So just a little bit going around in branch 1. We continue to mop up and patrol in the Victor X-ray Yankee. We completed the burn in Yankee going down into Rainbow Lake. That was completed yesterday afternoon, so that's taken care of. They're in there mopping it up. Over in branch 2, we completed the burn this morning, about 3 this morning, into Rainbow Lake from branch Division Alpha side. So the Rainbow Lake, the Alpha and Yankee finally met with fire, and that is down there. So now it's just in a mop-up mode down there. We continue to burn up in Division Bravo. We probably have about another 3 more hours to burn, and we're going to take it from the Mid-Slope Road into Division Charlie, and that would still that area there. So coming around Division Charlie, Delta Foxtrot, Hotel, and India. Those are all in the patrol mop-up. We made success and got deeper in there, probably about 500 feet in some areas. So we're continuing to hold and patrol and mop up where needed. As we get into Division Mike, where we did the firing show, they came into these road systems where the fire got hung up and tried to get some more depth. So they burnt the roads as needed to help this. We come into Branch 4. We had the road system up here. We've got some pretty good depth up off this whole firing show. Up on Onion Ridge there, we had a half-acre swap over yesterday. They picked that up. That was earlier in the day. They picked that up. They came into the road systems and started bringing the fire down to help get this backed up where it's hung up on the road. So they continue working that. Everything else, they continue to improve. We had a swap over here about down towards the lake there. They ended up cutting that off. It's about 5 acres. We should have that wrapped up today. They were cruising there last night with hose laid and mopping that up. Over in Papa, we looked at some indirect line to try to get in there and get it plumbed and try to fire it out below drop point 47. The wind shifted on us, so we couldn't get nothing fired out. So it's already plumbed and ready. Down the Sierra, it was just patrol and mop up, and that's what we got. Thank you.
If I could have you turn to page 1 of your IP, you'll see the ICS 202. As a reminder, please take the time during your breakout sessions and tailboard sessions to remind your crews of the management and control objectives. This incident remains in unified command with the National Park Service, United States Forest Service, and CAL FIRE. Thanks.
All right, good morning. Incident meteorologist Ryan Welburn. So take the time to read the forecast today. 2 things that should stand out. It's another red flag warning day, and I know there can be fatigue on that, but today's a special day because it's associated with a dry, cold frontal passage. Those words should scream shout out to you. Throughout the day, the winds remain out of a light southerly or southwest direction. It should be favorable to the line on the southern and western divisions there. As we get towards 2 or 3 o'clock, expect the fire to start to ventilate. It hasn't done that in several days now. I believe out here on the Trinity County line, you should start to see some clearing. So use that as a watch-out situation. If you start to see blue sky in some of these quiet divisions, expect this thing to start to wake up. That dry, cold frontal passage will bring some instability aloft. We've got a lot of heat on the ground still. And then as we get late in the burn period, even towards the evening hours, really strong winds up aloft 5,000–6,000 feet, really going to impact your spotting potential. So in particular up here on branch 4, and even down here at the branch break with any type of a westerly flow. So it really is a watch out day. I know it gets tiring to hear the weather guys talk about that, but as you get late in your burn period today, please take care of all those signals, know where your people are, have lookouts, and be aware that the sky might not be clear for air ops. Thanks.
Good morning, Gun Safe Fire Behavior. Page 4 of your IAP, please. Sorry, no props today. Got serious situation, red flag warning going on. July 10th, 2001, 30-mile fire. Fuel conditions eerily identical to here and now, today. We lost 4 of our co-workers. July 6th, 1994, South Canyon fire. Cold front passage. You just heard Ryan talk about a cold front passage. That's going to happen here today. We lost 14 of our coworkers. So let's stay alert to fire behavior and what's going on today. So let me give you a little preview of what to expect. Within the burn area itself, we have multiple hazards. We have fire-weakened trees. We have green slopes. We have green islands. We have ash pits out there. All of these things can contribute to further fire spread outside the line, particularly with the rollout that we have and so on. Down here in branch 1, I just expect some smoldering activity that could get ventilated with these southerly winds, and there could be areas that we thought were cold that could come back up. Over here on branch 2, in Alpha Bravo particularly, there's going to be drainages that are going to come into alignment. It recently fired. It could get some torching, and with variable winds and so on and the eddying, could get some dust devils. Things could come across the established lines there. Over here in branch 3, same thing. Could get some rollout, could get some fire across the line, could get some torching with some ventilation. This fire has been underneath the subsidence inversion for the last 4 or 5 days. We anticipate that it's going to open up and start to move. Speaking of moving, over here in branch 4, this area of concern. We've got a mountain out here that showed a heat signature yesterday evening. It's on Schnell Mountain. And what the fire wants to do is it wants to come around Schnell Mountain and it wants to make a run for up here towards drop point 33. The fact that we have heat on Schnell Mountain is actually pretty good. We don't want to become complacent, but if that starts to grow, that's actually going to slow this down. Now, what we anticipate up here on Oscar and Papa is that we could get spotting up to 3/4 of a mile. If this line is not 3/4 of a mile deep, we need to be looking out here towards the green with this. If we get this to come up into the crowns, we could see rates of spread in the crowns up to 50 chains an hour. So it's going to get up and move, it's going to get up and spot. If we have plume domination, all bets are off regarding spotting, and we could see the spotting that we saw with this burn, which is about 3 miles. So stay alert to all of that, be looking in the green. Down here in branch 5, same thing, this could start to move, and the lower parts of branch 5 creeping back and smoldering. So keep alert to all that, and make it a safe day.
Good morning, Elliot Allward, Resource Unit Leader Trainee. For branch and division roll call, please stand and raise your hand when called. Resource roll call will take place at your division breakout. For branch 1, Lewis. Division Tango, Fowler. Division Yankee, Swenson and Calhoun. Branch 2, Darnell. Division Alpha, Harrison. Division Bravo and Charlie, McCoon. West Group, Walter. Branch 3, Ward. Division Delta, Montijo and Trainee, Baker. Division Hotel, McDonald. Division Mike, Fitzgerald. Branch 4, Campbell, Froggatt and Jennings. Division November, Swope and Lindstrom. Division Oscar, Crosby. Contingency Bell. Branch 5, Webb and Lauderdale. Division Papa, Carlson. Suppression Repair, Rowe. And Anderson, Staging, Bidwell. And Lakehead, Staging, Price.
Good morning, Tony Brown, Incident Management Team 1, day operations. Take a look at all this black line. That's because of the hard work we're doing. We're biting this thing off one bite at a time. We are making progress. We told you patience. We're getting there. We're turning the corner on this thing. We almost got it. Down in Tango Union Victor X-Ray, continue to patrol mop-up. Yankee, try to enforce your line down the bottom of your Rainbow Lake. That was a good firing operation. Went perfect yesterday. Alpha and Bravo, same thing. Bravo, continue your firing operation, clean it up, get in there, mop that up, secure that line. Alpha, it's in that creek bottom right there. There's going to be a lot of work in there, but you should be able to get in there and mop that stuff up, secure that bottom section. Charlie and Delta, looking good. Patrol status almost. Not a lot of work in there, but get in there if you find the spots. Get interior, get those things out. Foxtrot Hotel in India, same thing. Get in deep, get in there. There's a lot of dozer piles up here on India that we need to get in there and mop those up, okay? It's a lot of work. I know it's not fun, but it is what it is. We got our line secure below that little swap over, so if anything comes out again, we got a good buffer going in there. Get in there and secure that line. Motel, try to get some depth in there if we can. Okay, we want to get it as deep as we can. We're going to get some shifting winds up there. I know the weather pattern coming, but we need to get some depth, secure that line. There's a traffic issue up here. Keep your speed down. Up in Nora and Oscar, same thing. We need to get some depth down in these lines. You heard it, 3/4 to a mile spotting. You need to get that line down there. Do it safely. Keep your eyes in the green. There's a lot of punkers that we found yesterday. We need to make sure those don't come out of there. Down at the bottom, we had a little issue down here. We're cleaning that up, looking good. We have 3 issues we need to deal with today. There's a campground, an acid mine, and then the house. So we have a plan in place in there, so we'll be working on that. Down in Papa, this is all ready to fire and it's plugged. As soon as conditions are right, we get these addressed, we'll fire that. That's the last 4 miles right there to fire. And we'll have black line in this thing. We just need to hold what we got and get this thing out. We have another fire going, 2 fires going north of us, so aircraft are going to be an issue for us, you're going to hear. But we might be kicking some resources out there to help those guys out. They're doing the same thing we dealt with on the other side of the fire. We're making great progress. Thank you for your hard work. We're almost there. Keep it up. Thank you.
Good morning. Matt Hill, Air Operations Incident Management Team 1. For today, we'll have Air Attack and Helco up early. We have 2 tankers on order. And for rotor wing, we have 8 water dropping helicopters. That's 5 heavies, 3 mediums. For day hoist, we have Copter 205. And for night hoist, we have Guard 841. For aircraft orders, please go through your divisions and branches, and please monitor air to ground for your own safety. Make it a safe shift. Take care.
Good morning, Anthony Sornetta, Safety IMT1. If you guys can turn to page 5, please. Usually I don't do this, but medical does it all the time. I thought I'd try it. Page 5. So right on the back of that, you'll see the line emergency card is blown up for you. So we handed out 200 every day for that line emergency. We've been covering it and graining your heads. Now we've got it there as well. It's nice and big. You can see it at night. You can write stuff down as well. You guys have been doing a great job. I want to commend you. Last night we had a couple line emergencies. Whoever's calling those things and taking command, excellent job. We're getting people off the line a lot faster than we did from the beginning. So we've come full circle. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work on the line emergencies. Secondly, driving. It's probably the most important thing we're doing right now. Unfortunately, we've had critically and seriously injured people on this incident due to driving. Way too many. Every day we get a report of near misses, vehicle accidents, and we've lost count in the safety shop now. From this point forward, it's 0 tolerance on speed. This morning before I came up here, I was going to make driving my #1 priority to talk about, and someone hit me up again that they got ran off the road. 0 tolerance from here out. What I ask of you guys is get E-numbers now. Call them into safety, give them to your line safeties. From here out, it's going to be 0 tolerance. We just had way too many near misses. We want you guys to get home. We don't want it to end here. Please, get back to your families. Have a safe day.
Good morning, Justin Winnan, Team 1, Medical Unit Leader. Page 44 is your ICS 206, your medical plan. As Safety was saying, they blew it up on another page. Please use that when you're documenting it to call it in. If somebody's sick or injured, that possibility, are you going back and forth? Do I need an ambulance or not? Just start it. We can always cancel it. Rather, we have some extended response times for the ambulances. Let's just get them on the road. If we don't need them, that's great. If we do need them, at least they're already on the road. On the line today, we'll have multiple line paramedics, most on a 24, some on a 12. The IAP, the medics that do come to your division breakouts know the 24 or 12. So please correct the IAP when they get there. 3 ambulances still assigned, 1 in Lewiston, 1 at drop point 55, 1 here in base camp. Expediters are over there to the right, my right, your left for your over the counter. Red Bluff still has front line. Helicopters. There's 2 types of helicopters. One for your air ambulance, where there's no hoist needed. We just need to get somebody quickly to the hospital. And then we also have a hoist mission. If you know it's a hoist mission, request a hoist helicopter. If you just need air transport to a hospital, request an air ambulance. The term medevac, please do not use. Air ambulance or hoist, we will get you the appropriate resources. Thank you.
Good morning, Jesse Morris Logistics. If you could please turn to page 59 in your IAP. You'll find our facility map there and all the locations for your logistical needs. And on page 64 are their times of operations. It's a reminder that there's 1 sack lunch per person. Those are 24-hour lunches. Please park in the designated areas, sleep in the designated areas, and follow the traffic plan around camp. On page 49 is CAL FIRE 101 form. These are for items you may have left on the line or have lost. You'll need a division group signature to get those items back from supply. And for items that you may have find out at drop points or on the line that are in excess, please haul them back to drop points and call for a runner to haul them back into supply. Lastly, there's no change in the comm plan. And have a great day. Thanks.
Good morning, Charles Kaniyoshi, Public Information Officer. If we could turn to page 53. The current acreage for the fire is 181,496 with a 51% containment, and we have a total of 4,710 personnel in the incident. We have 11 field PIOs out in the communities, so if you need our assistance, please use chain of command and request us, and we'll be there as soon as possible. On this page, you can find the CAL FIRE social media policy along with the parameters for media here in California. Lost and found in mail service are located in our information office. Thank you very much.
A couple of things to bring to your attention before we move to final comments. First, from the finance section, there's a finance section message on page 48 of your IAP. You can make sure you're turning in your shift tickets and your water use reports to the Vasara Hall at the completion of your shift. Division and branches, please make sure you're downloading with cost apportionment. You can find their location referencing your base map. There is a cooperators meeting here at 1000 hours, which is a change of location. 1000 hours cooperators meeting here at the briefing area. Demo message on page 54. If you're demoing, please follow those instructions. If you are a trainee, check in with the training tech spec. You can find their message on page 55 of your IAP. There is an archaeological message on page 57. If you are out there and you come across something, please refer to that document, how to report that. Branch 4 resources. If you're here and you're a Branch 4 resource, you're in the wrong location. Briefing for Branch 4 resources are taking place at the Lakehead camp. Additionally, you'll find a message on page 58 of your IP referencing 299. Your safety is important. Please pay attention to that document. It'll give you some idea of the public being released onto Highway 299 today and in the following days. Lastly, if you are a part of a CARR task force, a single increment that has been put into a task force, we need the engine boss or the company officer to report to the resources unit at the table to my right and your left, the same location where you report in if you are an unassigned resources. Please take the time to do that and check in. Lastly, make sure you're reporting to your breakout areas promptly. Divisions, make sure you're taking roll call and passing that information along to the deputy operations. And once again, unassigned resources to my right, your left, following the briefing.
Good morning, folks. Ben Newbern, Incident Commander Trainee with the Unified Incident Command between the Park Service, the Forest Service, and CAL FIRE. There's been many analogies made so far of this fire. This fire is an analogy of its sort of the fire season, that this is a marathon and not a sprint. I think we've said that a number of times already. There's a famous saying in the running world, and I forget who said it, but tough races don't last, but tough runners do. So this tough race is being won right now, and we're being very successful. We've had a few setbacks, a few tragic losses, but at the end of the day, you guys are all tough runners. You guys are going to finish the line and get to the next race. Bert.
Good morning. Greg Bertelli, Incident Commander Trainee Team 1. Pretty simple. The reason why we're here today right now is from the work that you've been doing for the last 2.5 weeks. Considering the safety elements, your assignment, going to your branch or divisional breakouts, go there, do it again today. Relieve those troops that have been up working all night, come back safely, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Chiefs. That concludes our briefing. Once again, unassigned resources to my right, your left. Please report to your breakout areas for roll call. Thank you.